Racing to the 2020 Kentucky Oaks. Yesterday, we took a look at some of the top Kentucky Derby contenders. You can take a look at those videos as well as previews for the Silver Bullet Day and the Lecomte Stakes. Let's start with some of the Grade 1 stakes winners out of this 2020 crop. And British Idom, the head winner at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. She is back on the work tab. Of course, a couple of impressive wins to close out the year. First off at Keeneland, and then a hard-fought victory over Bast and Donna Veloce in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And British Idom, 3 for 3 in her career. She is working, and so far she has 3 works since a little bit of a layoff of the Breeders' Cup. 2 impressive maiden winners recently. Venetian Harbor, who has the highest Equibase speed figure of this crop. That was a 107 when she blitzed to an opening weekend win at Santa Anita. Drew off from the field. The Daughter of Munnings, we're not quite sure how far she can go, but that was an impressive victory on December the 29th. She did have a work back on January 11th, which is important because a lot of times when those horses run off the screen and run very fast in their debut races, they take a while to get back on the work tab, and you wonder if they have bounced a little bit out of that effort. So Venetian Harbor, she is back on the work tab after the big victory for the Daughter of Munnings. A couple of other winners. Bast came out of that Breeders' Cup and picked up a victory at Los Ale, also at Santa Anita. So she's kind of in form right now. My only question with Bast is how much can she improve? And now that she ran in both December and January, she's probably going to have a little bit of a layoff before gearing back up for the Santa Anita Oaks. Donna Veloce, the hard luck loser to Bast at Los Ale. Of course, she was also a second-place finish to British Idom after a dominating maiden special weight race in her debut. She is yet to get back on the work tab. They said they were pointing for a 2-prep campaign before the Kentucky Oaks. And a horse like British Idom and Donna Veloce and Venetian Harbor, of course, all of those horses are going to be Acorn contenders as well. Another fast winner recently at the fairgrounds, it was Taraz, Daughter of Into Mischief. She is pointing to the Martha Washington Stakes at Oaklawn Park. Brad Cox kind of splitting some of his contenders as he has a couple of nice 3-year-old fillies. Finite, we'll find out what she's made of in the Silver Bullet Day. Of course, she's looking for her 3rd straight win, and she's another one that we have to question as the distances get a little bit longer and the fields get a little bit bigger, but she's in good form right now, and her current speed figures put her definitely in the mix in the Silver Bullet Day. But that race came up pretty tough. Maiden special weight winner at Gulfstream Park on Sunday was Todd Pletcher-trained Spice is Nice, and the Beyer boys came back with a Beyer speed figure of 84. The interesting thing about Spice is Nice is that Todd Pletcher was the trainer of the mare of that horse, Dame Dorothy. A lot of you may remember her. She was a nice filly a couple of years ago, and this is her first foal. Of course, she's by Curlin, and they paid over $1 million for her. Spice is Nice, definitely another one to take a look at as she moves forward. The Demoiselle winner, Lakes Avenue, she is back on the work tab. And Alendra, who disappointed in the Demoiselle, we have seen just 1 work out of her, 3 furlongs on 1/11, January 11th for Alendra. Of course, she disappointed after the big win, was bet down at Keeneland and then bet down at Aqueduct and disappointed in both races. So Alendra kind of has to start back from ground zero to really see where she fits with the rest of this crop. So that's a look at some of the latest contenders. It's going to be an exciting Kentucky Oaks trail. Of course, the Silver Bullet Day gets it all back into gear this coming Saturday. We have a preview of that race as well as the Lecomte Stakes, which right now has 14 entries in the Lecomte Stakes. The Road to the Kentucky Oaks 2020.